Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another amazing tutorial of recipe app, complete recipe app using a free API. So, in this video, I will teach you how to create a recipe app using API, and I will also teach you how to get the API key. So, let's start. First, we will create onboarding screen at home. So, here, onboarding screen and lib we will create dart file. Sorry, first we will create screen directories and directories for screen and onboarding screen, a dart file for onboarding screen. So I imported here a library of dart and I created a stateless widget for onboarding screen. Here a scaffold widget, and I will import here the uh, library for onboarding screen. In body I will use sizebox widget. Here I am creating a height media query dot of context. This is for responsiveness of the UI. To create a responsive UI we need to use the media query for height and width. So I created here height and width and stack widget inside sizebox, and I use here a container inside position widget. So you can see that I use here H and W. It means that I am creating a responsive UI. So use it always media query. So I'm creating a new directory for constant files, and I created a dart file for images path. I'm creating a class for images path, and I will use all the images path here. So create the I also created the assets folder in which and I copy the images inside the assets. Now I am using, so you can see that I am using the paths of the images. Use static keywords here to get these paths easily. From any dot file you can get it and access these static. So I use here assets image. What's the error? Where is the error? Okay, I have to reload it. Okay, done. Now I use a center widget, and I will use the asset image. So you can see I am accessing these paths. So this is not working. So sometime it is not working. You should need to terminate your app and then restart it. Okay, it's working now. It's fine. Now in the bottom I am creating a container widget. So here I am bottom 0. So in container I use the height and width for the container and decorate the container. Color is will be white and border side will be circular, but only the top right and top left will be circular. Okay, so then I will use the padding widget, and padding widget that on you tap and okay tap. Use the const keyword to remove the warning, and then I will create a elevated button in center column. Okay, column. So main center and cross alignment also in center. So I will write the text here. Let's cook delicious food. So font size will be using the width of media query to create a responsive. So I will suggest you to either use the media query for responsiveness UI. Okay, I created this text. Now I will use the text style. 14 will be font size and font width will be. Now size box for height to give the height between the text and the elevated button. So I will use here the elevated button which will navigate me to the next page of my home screen. So here I will give the elevated button name get started. I use here get started, and I will give them the text style too. So white will be the text style, color, okay, black, and bold will be font width. Now I will create new directory for components, and here I will be use all the widgets. So I will use the Google name bar. Copy this and you run it in the terminal. So in here I will use the bottom navigation bar widget. So I will create here bottom navigation bar, a container. Okay. So I am requiring it here the selected value and function while pressing on the bottom navigation bar. Now the color will be gray and the padding will be age. Padding will oh shit oh sorry. So padding will be edge and sets dot symmetric. So horizontally it will be. So I will use here the media query also for responsiveness dot height and final width is equal to media query dot of context dot size dot width. So horizontally it will be, its padding will be w multiply 0.15, and vertically it will be 0.01. So Google navbar here I will use it, and its gap between the bottom navigation bar items will be 10, and tab bar radius will be 100. Background color of the bottom navigation bar will be gray. What's the error? Why it is giving me error? Oh yes, okay. Null safety. For null safety, active color will be colors dot white, and color of the bottom navigation bar will be blue. Tab bar background gradient, linear gradient. To use multiple colors, we can use the linear gradient property of the gradient. So I am giving here multiple colors, so I will use linear gradient. You can see that I am using here multiple colors. So here this is, I am creating the bottom navigation bar. The color will be start from top left and end will be top right. Icon size will be 30, and text style of the bottom navigation bar item will be 18, and padding will be horizontally pad 0.01, and vertically it will be also 0.01. So the tabs bottom navigation bar will be color will icon will be Cupertino icons. I will use here Cupertino icons home, and text will be home. So copy and paste it, and then change the title, the text, and the icons. Categories, search, and saved items. I mean saved. Here we will create saved recipes. Icons dot icon dot categories. Yes, yes, icon dot categories, and search, and bookmark. Here we'll use big bookmark solid, and shopping cart. Yes. So I will create a new Dart file inside screens for home page. So first import the Dart file, Dart library, sorry, and create a stateful widget here, and scaffold widget here. So create a variable for page controller and index for current index of the bottom navigation bar item, and we will initialize inside init state the page controller. The initial page will be page controller, and here we will dispose the controller. Okay, now we will use the bottom navigation bar in okay. Yes, so here we will use the widget we created recently. So we will give the two properties on tab and selected item here. So selected item will be 0, index, and here we will use page controller dot animate to, sorry, yes, animate page. So the page will be index and the duration will be duration, millisecond will be 200. So as we click on the next item, the state will be rebuilt the widget tree, and it will initialize the page controller, the current index with index. Selected item will be indexed, and inside body we will use page view. Here we will give the current index is equal to index, and physics we will use here never scroll ever scroll physics. Inside children we will use the widgets for navigating to the screen while tapping on the bottom navigation bar item. So I created here 4 widgets: navigator dot push. So I will navigate here to the home page. Okay, use const to remove the warning. Okay, 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 amazing. It's working fine, but it's not navigating to the next screen. Unchanged, untagged, changed. Select an index will be 0. So it's now working. So I'm writing here the explore image path. So assets dot the image name dot png. Okay, here I'm using a new dot file for home screen. Inside the scaffold I will use the body in safe area, single child scroll view for scrolling, and I will give you padding to all the widgets, and I will use column widget. The cross alignment will be dot start. Dot file, so I will use another widget. Okay, use the notes a bar, sorry, inside row. So this is the best way to create a widget and use it in the entire your project. So I am creating a a bar, and I will use it for multiple times. So always create a widget inside the inside a component directory and use it for multiple times. It is a best way. So I am giving it the text style and then a spacer widget. Import the library. Okay, remove this and use the home page. Okay, and hard restore. Okay, it's fine. Now size bugs for. So you can see that I am using the media query, and I told you that for responsive for the UI responsiveness, use the media query ever. So I am giving the size box height. Shit, sorry. So now I will create a container and give the height. The container and width will be okay. W means that the entire width it will get. So inside decoration, I will use the assets image. Why it is not working? So I told you also that sometime the asset image is not working. So you should need to terminate the app and rerun your app. So I terminated the app and I am now the rebuilding my app. So I will use the fit property of the image. Come on, it's working too much time. Come on, okay. So if your image is not your asset image is not working, okay, it's running. Okay, good, congrats. So as I mentioned you before that if your image asset image is not working in your UI, so don't worry about it. Just terminate your app and rerun your app. It will working fine. Now after image, I will use bugs a row widget. I will use main axis alignment dot space between. यार आप लोगों को समझ नहीं आएगा कि ये मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये अभी मैं क्या कहते हैं यार. Okay, so I am creating a tab bar here inside row. So I am creating a text field widget after the text. What are you cooking today? So a new dot file inside component, and I will create a text field widget. and I will use this text field widget for multiple times. Okay, I imported the library. In here I will use container widget. Inside container I will give the height. The height will be 0.06, and I will decorate it using box decoration. The border radius will be circular, and the box shadow will be box shadow. Sorry. Color will be black 26, and the offset will be 3 1. Okay, well and good. Use const keyword to remove the warning. Text field widget inside the container. Final width will be media query dot of context dot size dot width. So here I am using a responsiveness for the text style. Color will be black, and input decoration for the text field. Field will be true, and fill color will be colors dot white. The text field will be filled with the color with the white color, and hand text will be what's cooking in your mind. Okay, very good. So the text style of hand will be color will be gray, and font size will be 0.03. Content padding will be edge inches, not symmetric. Horizontally it will be 20, and border outline include border for the text field. Border radius will be circular 12, and border side will be border side dot none. So I will use the same properties and style for the focused border. When I tapped in the border in the text field and the keyboard appears, it will not change the color and the cursor or the text style blah blah blah. So I will use the icon dot search a suffix icon. Okay, or fine, and size will be. So now I will use a tab bar widget and create a tab bar widget inside component. I am creating a tab bar widget, so import the Dart library and use a stateless widget. And I named as tab bar widget. You can give any name for the Dart file. And the column inside column I will use cross dot start cross element. So remove the cons keyword to use the container. You cannot use the container containing const keyword. So use the height for the container and child will be tab bar widget. Sorry, tab bar. Unselected label color will be red and label color will be for the selected will be white. Divider color will be white. I don't want to see it the divider, so it will not appear in the view. Okay, what the error? So indicator box indicator color will be red. Box border side will be circular. So use here media query for width. Horizontally it will be 0.0 and I will write here the tab items. So you can use here any text or any widget inside tab bar. So I will use a breakfast tab item, lunch, dinner, and I will okay quick. Okay, it's working fine. Now another text class for tab item. So I am requiring here the title for the tab bar item and box decoration for the container border will be not all colors dot red. So guys, this is a simple UI. I will meet you at the API working. So just see and look and watch the UI to understand how I created it, and then I will teach you in the API working. So I am creating a constant function file, and I will use here the HTTP package for using and accessing the API of the recipe app. So just copy and paste the inside the terminal, and okay, add the mem recipe API search here, and you can see that list of recipe app will appear. So just tap on the first link, okay, and then get started. Click on get started. So just go to dashboard, okay, या यहाँ पे रेसिपी सर्च एपीआई पे क्लिक करना है आपने, और डॉक्यूमेंटेशन पे जाना है। फिर मैं आपको उर्दू में ही बोल देता हूँ। फिर नीचे आके आपने यहाँ पे ये एपीआई है, सो ये एपीआई आपने कॉपी करके यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दी। नहीं, स्टैटिक कीवर्ड यूज़ करना है ईवर हमेशा के लिए, जब आपको कहीं दूसरी फाइल में उसको एक्सेस करना हो, किसी भी वेरिएबल या फंक्शन को अगर एक्सेस करना हो दूसरे फाइल में, तो आपने स्टैटिक कीवर्ड यूज़ करना है। सो यहाँ पे मैं एपीआई को गेट करने के लिए एक फंक्शन बना रहा हूँ, स्ट्रिंग एपीआई विल बी, जो मैंने कॉपी की है ये वाली। तो ये मैं वहाँ पे जाके ओके मैंने कॉपी कर ली और यहाँ पे मैंने पेस्ट कर दी। सो यहाँ पे हम फिर एपीआई की यूज़ करेंगे। तो आपने जस्ट न्यूट्रिशन विजिट पर क्लिक करना है और यहाँ पे एपीआई डेवलपर पोर्टल है। सो किधर गए यार, अगेन रेसिपी एपीआई। सो यहाँ पे आपने लॉगिन करना है, अगर आप लॉगिन नहीं है तो मैं लॉगिन हूँ तो मैं यहाँ पे आ गया। ओके, सो यहाँ पे आपने क्रिएट अ न्यू एप्लीकेशन पे क्लिक करना है, रेसिपी सर्च एपीआई, और यहाँ पे आपने अपना नेम देना है और डिस्क्रिप्शन में कुछ भी देना। तो मैंने सिर्फ डेवलपर और क्रिएट एप्लीकेशन पे क्लिक करना है। फिर आपको यहाँ पे अपनी एप्लीकेशन की आईडी और एप्लीकेशन कीज़ आपको मिल जाएगी। सो वो आपने यहाँ पे यूज़ कर देनी है इनसाइड योर API. So I am creating a new variable ID, and I use here ID, and another variable for the key to store the key of my recipe app. So just copy and paste here. Now you can use your API. So यहाँ पे आपने HTTP वाला पैकेज यूज़ कर देना है to get the response from the API. सो यहाँ पे आप अवेट लगाएंगे क्योंकि ये टाइम लेता है। ये एसिंग फंक्शन है, http.get एसिंग फंक्शन है। तो यहाँ पे आपने अवेट चूज़ करना है। एप रिस्पॉन्स डॉट स्टैटिक कोड इज इक्वल टू 20। यहाँ पे हम ये कंडीशन लगा रहे हैं कि अगर एपीआई ठीक है, अगर ठीक है तो क्या करना है। और यहाँ पे मैं एक लिस्ट बना रहा हूँ जिसमें मैंने अपनी रेसिपी ऐप का रिस्पॉन्स स्टोर कर देना है। तो अगर रेसिपी का रिस्पॉन्स ठीक है तो हम यहाँ पे जेसन डिकोड में उसको कन्वर्ट करेंगे, अब उसको डिकोड करेंगे। जो हमें रिस्पॉन्स मिल रहा है एपीआई से वो जेसन में है। तो यहाँ पे हम ये जो मैंने जो यहाँ पे जेसन डिकोड लगाया, तो ये मैं यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा हूँ, सॉरी यार मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ। अच्छा, ये पोस्टमैन आपने यूज़ करना है। पोस्टमैन किस लिए? पोस्टमैन इसलिए आप अगर अपनी एपीआई को यहाँ पे टेस्ट करना है तो पोस्टमैन में अपनी एपीआई मैंने यहाँ पे सर्च कर दी और यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं मेरे पास 200 आया था रिस्पॉन्स। अच्छा, ऑनलाइन जेसन वीवर आपने सर्च कर देना है। ये किस लिए? अपनी आपने अपनी जो रिस्पॉन्स आपको मिल गया है अपनी एपीआई का, तो उसकी फॉर्मेट अगर आपको देखनी है तो आप जेसन वीवर ऑनलाइन एक वेबसाइट है वहाँ पे जाना है। और सॉरी यार मेरा नेट स्लो है इस वजह से ये टाइम ले रहा है। अच्छा, यहाँ पे आपने जो कॉपी किया मैंने वो पेस्ट कर देना है। तो ये मैंने पेस्ट कर दी अपनी। तो ये आप देख रहे हैं, ये जो रिस्पांस मुझे मिल रहा है वो जेसन फॉर्मेट वो लिस्ट लिस्ट में है। आप देख रहे हैं ये एक लिस्ट है और इनसाइड लिस्ट इट कंटेनिंग अ रेसिपी JSON object. So now I will use a for loop. अच्छा, फॉर लूप किस लिए मैंने आपको दिखाया ना, जो रिस्पॉन्स मुझे मिल रहा था वो लिस्ट फॉर्म में था। तो यहाँ पे मैंने उस लिस्ट को फिच करने के लिए और लिस्ट को अपनी लिस्ट में स्टोर करने के लिए मैं फॉर लूप यूज़ करूँगा। तो रेसिपी डॉट एड रेसिपी कीवर्ड यूज़ करना है आपने यहाँ पे। सॉरी कीवर्ड नहीं, मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ यार। और यहाँ पे आपने रेसिपी का जो लिस्ट आपने बनाया वो रिटर्न कर देना है। अच्छा, फिर the same function I will use here to get the response of API. Okay, string for the recipe which we will search here, and I will use the search as argument here. अच्छा, इस API में आप देख रहे हैं रेसिपी हमने जो सर्च करनी है वो यहाँ पे लिख देनी है। रेसिपी क्यों नहीं आ रही? What's the problem I am getting? Sorry, why it is not working? Now it's working. Oh shit. Okay, it's working fine now. So I will use a future builder to get the response and rebuild my widget, my this UI if any change occur in the API response. So I will use here the builder function. Context and snapshot. Snapshot is the object which will access the API response and all the API information it will store. This snapshot here you can see that I use here the same snapshot. Now if snapshot dart has no data, you can see I use a null variable. So if has no data, so text will appear no data, and if the connection state is waiting, so appear a circular progress indicator in this center. And if snapshot dot has data, return a list view dot separator widget. So the width, okay. As list a list will be a map you can I am telling you that map is a data. Map is a data type. आप key and value string and dynamic। यार मैप एक डेटा टाइप है, आपको मैं सिंपली बता देता हूँ। मैप एक डेटा टाइप है, आप की एंड वैल्यू, and I will use here the map. Okay, yes, now it's working fine. अच्छा, ये आप को देख रहा है ये जो रिस्पांस हमें मिल रहा है। अच्छा, हम यूज़ करेंगे हेयर टोटल टाइम। डॉट टू एंड। हम इसको ये डबल है, आपको दिख रहा है, तो हम इसको इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करेंगे। ये भी एक डबल है, तो हम इसको भी इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट करेंगे और फिर इसको यूज़ करेंगे। रिटर्न द कंटेनर, here I will give the margin to the container। अच्छा यार, एपीआई का वर्क जो है वो बहुत ही सिंपल है, जस्ट आपको फोकस करना है। और सारी की सारी एपीआई का जो रिस्पांस मिलता है वो हमें जेसन फॉर्मेट में मिलता है। अभी जेसन क्या है, जेसन ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है, वो आपको मैं बता दूंगा नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। यहाँ पे आप बस सिंपल ये लर्न करना है, अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि जो जेसन ऑब्जेक्ट होता है, दिस इज अ मैप डेटा टाइप, जो कि एक मैप मतलब एक की एंड वैल्यू के फॉर्म में होता है, जो हम गेट करेंगे एपीआई के रिस्पॉन्स से। यहाँ पर हम एक नेटवर्क इमेज यूज़ करेंगे। इमेज विल बी स्नैप एंड इमेज, here you can see that image। और यहाँ पे सेम यहाँ पे की है, तो यहाँ पे हमने वो की डालनी है, सेम की। अगर डिफरेंट दोगे तो आपको एरर देगा। So use always use the same key of the response of the API response। और एक और बात जो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि आई रियली सॉरी, क्योंकि मेरी जो कम्युनिकेशन स्किल है वो थोड़ी कमज़ोर है, थोड़ी नहीं बहुत ज़्यादा यार। लेकिन फिर भी मैं आपको समझाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि आप लर्न करें, मैं आपको सिखाऊं, ये मेरी कोशिश है। आई रियली सॉरी फॉर दैट। My communication skill are really weak. So after the image, it will show a row, and inside a row two texts will appear. One part calories, total calories of the recipe, and I will use the font size will be 0.0। So why it's not working? Item count will be snapshot dot data dot length, जो उस लिस्ट की लेंथ है, तो हमें उस, यार ये क्या एरर दे रहा है, लेंथ का इशू है। Okay, so inside tab bar view I will use the tab bar item here। So in first tab bar widget will be home tab bar view, home tab bar view again, and inside home tab bar view I'll pass the recipe item। So just write any recipe here, any recipe key here, just write here randomly। I'll write breakfast, lunch, dinner, and quick. Now there is gone, It is waiting for the to get the, oh no data. What says data? And why it is giving me no data? नो डेटा यार, कुछ तो गड़बड़ कम हमने कर दी है, लेकिन यहाँ कहाँ पे कर दी है वो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा। अभी मैं उसको सर्च कर रहा हूँ। साइज बग्स, बट आई थिंक इट इज़ नॉट द इशू ऑफ साइज बग्स। ओके, and use remove the raw keyword. Neither it is giving me error, not the response, but just remove this size box. Why it is not? Okay, now it's working fine. You just need F it is not working. अगर ये आपके पास काम नहीं कर रहा, पहले तो काम करेगा, अगर नहीं कर रहा तो आपने अपनी just you should need to terminate your app and then rerun your app. I just rerun. Okay, it's working fine now. Good, amazing. And you can see that all the recipes are now displaying here. Amazing. Just right here, calories. 10 minutes. So now we are getting the recipe response. बट आपको ये बात हमेशा याद रखनी है कि आपने अगर यहाँ पे इमेजेस का जो कीवर्ड मैंने यूज़ किया है, स्नैप और टेक्स्ट यूज़ करने, तो ये जो कीवर्ड ये कीवर्ड है, तो सॉरी की एंड वैल्यू जो हमें रिस्पांस मिल रहा है एपीआई से, तो यहाँ पे सेम की आपने यूज़ कर देनी है। जो रिस्पांस पे मिल रहा है आपको यहाँ पे वो सेम आपने डाल देनी है। अच्छा, अब भी हम डिटेल स्क्रीन के लिए एक क्लास क्रिएट करेंगे, एक स्टेटफुल एंड डिटेल स्क्रीन जो हम यहाँ पे पास करेंगे। अच्छा, जब भी हम when we tap on the recipe it will navigate to the detail screen of the recipe. So I created here a detail screen and it will I requiring here a map. अच्छा, जो रेसिपी हमें मिल रही है यहाँ पे आपको नज़र आया इमुलेटर पे, तो ये पास करेगा डिटेल स्क्रीन पे। इट विल पास दी रेसिपी टू द डिटेल स्क्रीन। सो आई एम here. Okay, here is, yes, here you can see it is a map and I am passing here to the detail screen. Now I'll create a scaffold. Inside scaffold I am using a background color of gray dot shade. Inside body I will use a column widget and I am using here a stack widget. So I just navigate to the detail screen, but it is, you can see here it is blank. अच्छा, आपको शो नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ भी अभी यूआई क्रिएट नहीं की। So I am using the same media query here for the responsiveness of the UI. So I am giving the height and width decoration for the container. Okay, I will use the same image which is appearing in the home page. So just copy this response and paste it here. Okay, and you can see that it's this is a response of my API. So I use here the same key as I use image. Okay, it's working fine. Now position widget for circle avatar, and I will use a bake button inside circle avatar widget. The background color will be colors dot red isn't. It will be from top. It will be 30. Sorry. It's okay. It's working fine. Now after the stack widget. Main cross will be from start, and then I will use the children property of the column, the name of the label, the name of the recipe. Yes, you can see the same key I put it here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Outside from the stack, use the padding. Oh, now it's working fine. Now you can see the recipe name. Use const keyword to remove the warning. Now use the size box after the label of the recipe. Now I am using the total time, which is in double data type. You can see this is a double data time, the total time, but I am converting it to integer data type to string. But I use okay time. So after the name of the recipe, I will create a row widget, and inside row I will create a circle avatar circle button. Sorry. So here in components I will create a circle button widget. So I import the Dart library and create this stateless widget. So stateless class named circle button. Okay, I import here the library. So I will require here an icon button, icon data, icon, and a string label. Require this start icon and require this start title. So here I will use a container column. So return here for responsiveness. I am using here the media query, and inside circle avatar I will give them radius, and inside the child property I will use the center and I will put here the icon which I will pass from the next screen. So I will give them the color white and background color will be red accent. So here I will pass the icon and title size box for giving uh, space between the two items. I will use here the media query for responsiveness as I told you before, and I will here text level. So from here I will pass the icon and title. So icon will be icons dot share, and label will be share. Copy and paste. I will create 4 items. So one per save. One button is for saving the recipe and one for sharing the recipe, and this one for a calories. Okay, well and good, amazing, and it will show us the table chart. Create a const to remove the warning, and after these button I will create a size box to give space vertically, and now I'm creating a row widget space evenly. Inside row I will create a text widget in direction. I think you are getting this. This is so simple, and I will explain the API working. This is so simple. I am creating just a simple UI. So I am giving here a vertical space using size box. So vertical, not vertical, horizontal. And I am using here elevated button start. Okay. Now after this row, I will give them a vertical space using a size box widget in container. Inside container, I'll put the height of the container. I will give them the height and width, and then inside the child, I will create the row widget. Color will be white, and expanded widget I use it here. So I am using a clip path widget for creating a shape. You can create any shape using a clip path widget. So just focus here that I am going to create a clip path, a clipper, custom clipper. Ingredient required. Text widget. I will give them color. Font size will be bold. Font width will be bold, and color will be white. So to remove the padding right and left of this container, I will write it. So now I am creating another expanded widget with flex 1. So I am explaining a bit the expanded widget. Expanded is a widget that यार जो कुछ भी जो स्पेस अवेलेबल है उस स्पेस को रिजर्व कर देता है ये एक्सपेंडेड विजिट. It takes the available space. The expanded widget takes the all available space. And when we use a flex inside the expanded, it takes a portion of the available space. Here I use the 3 and 1, so it takes the 3 portion and one part of the available space. I am creating another Dart file for the custom clipper. So I am importing here the Dart library and creating a custom clip path extend custom clipper. What is custom clipper? So we use the custom clip path property of the of the clip path to create any shape widget, any container with a specific shape we can create using a custom clipper. So you can see double X and double Y. We gave them double X will be the X axis will be all the size, all the available size and the okay. So we will return here the false property and import here the custom clip path. Okay. Okay, you can see the magic of the custom clipper. So as I tell you that we can create any shape using custom clipper, so you can see the magic. Now after this ingredient required, I am creating a detail list of ingredients. So for this I will create another Dart file in component. So ingredient items list, sorry, importing here the Dart library and creating a state list widget named ingredient list. So import here the library of this file and I will here required a list of map or dynamic, sorry, ingredients, required this dot ingredients. So I will pass here the ingredients. Ingredient will be, so we will look at this from the widget dot ingredient. This is a key. You will see in the API that ingredient, here you can see that there were, so yes, this is a list, ingredient is a list and use the same key as mentioned in the API response. So here I passed the ingredient list and using this list I am creating a list view.builder widget physics, scroll physics, parent never scroll physics. I don't want it to be scroll, so I mention here never scroll physics. Item count will be in the list length. So ingredient index and toString quantity is, so just look at this key and use the same key and create the quantity. Quantity is a double in the API response, so I am converting here it to int mean to the integer, and I use the this for the null safety. So I am returning here. I am creating another ingredient item UI inside the component. So ingredient item. So I am requiring here a string of quantity and name. Sorry, quantity. Food and image URL. Required this start food, required this start mayor, and required this start image URL. So from here I am passing the quantity which I already declared before, an image URL with ingredient index, and here I will use the image URL. So this is I am doing this for the null safety, and mayor will be ingredient index mayor. You can see here use the same as the same key here. I am what doing for the null safety. So here I am just food will be the ingredient index food and use the same key. Otherwise you will not get the exact value. You will get nothing, I mean. So I am giving the container margin in I am giving the margin media query dot of context dot size dot width. Yes, vertical it will be in horizontally. Dot only top and left. Sorry, top, bottom, and left. Yes. So the color of the container will be white. And okay, write the color inside the decoration. Otherwise, you will get a error. Always use the color inside the box decoration. If you use this outside of the box decoration, you will get a error. So box decoration here I'm giving the color and the blur radius using box shadow, and offset will be okay. What is there? What? is there. So okay, so just hard restart your app and it is gone. Okay. So sometime the error occurs and we can solve this by terminating our app and restarting them again. So now you will see that the error is gone, and here I'm using the image dot network and image will be which I required here, which I passed from the previous screen, yet I will use it here. Okay, now working fine. Amazing. Okay, okay, working fine. Amazing. Now you can see that the image and the title Mayer which I passed from the another dot file is I am using here, and it is displaying correctly. Now our text widget, and I am using a text style property of the text to give the style, and I am using a size box widget to give horizontal space. And now I am using a icon. Sorry, icon. This icon is for storing the item. Saving item. Sorry. Now you can see it is working fine. Okay, use the keyword to remove the warning. What is there? Okay, so working fine now. Now we will add the functionality to the button. Add these image, copy and paste inside the assets. Okay, go to your images path and static. Okay, save the images path here. Declare and save here. Assets inside assets type request .png. Now just write any name and give the exact path of the image. Otherwise you cannot use the image correctly. It will give you error. So this is simple and very simple UI I am creating, and just look at this and implement this in your project. सिंपल सी यूआई है यार इसमें कुछ, लेकिन ये जो मैं कंपोनेंट्स में बना रहा हूँ अलग अलग, ये आपकी कोड को रीयूजेबल एंड खूबसूरत बना देगा। आप जब भी चेंजेस करोगे तो आपको आ जाएगा कि अब मैंने कहाँ पे ये चेंजेस करनी है। अगर आप सारा एक ही डॉट फाइल में सब कुछ डिक्लेयर करोगे, यूज़ करोगे, फिर आपको कुछ भी समझ नहीं आएगा। अगेन जब आप उसमें कुछ चेंजेस करोगे, तो जब भी आपने एक प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करना है तो आपने लिब में स्क्रीन्स के लिए अलग डायरेक्टरी, कंपोनेंट्स के लिए अलग डायरेक्टरी, कांस्टेंट के लिए अलग डायरेक्टरी और क्लासेस या फंक्शंस के लिए अलग डायरेक्टरी, मॉडल क्लास के लिए आई मीन। So inside the constant I am using here the images path to access it easily and use it anywhere instead of using the images path every time. So I am creating another recipe categories file, dot file. The recipe category use, अच्छा यहाँ पे एक स्कैफोल्ड विजेट हमने यूज़ कर देना है। कांस को रिमूव करके हमने यहाँ पे बैकग्राउंड कलर दे दी ग्रे with opacity 0.1 and inside the body I created padding widget and gave the horizontal padding। अच्छा, रिस्पॉन्सिव में बार बार कह रहा हूँ, रिस्पॉन्सिव क्या चीज़ है आपको शायद आपको पता भी होगा, लेकिन चलो मैं आपको बता देता हूँ। रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस मतलब अगर हम मतलब मल्टीपल, मतलब किसी भी स्क्रीन पर अगर वो लंबी है, छोड़ी है, या मोबाइल एंड्रॉयड की फ़ोन तो सेम नहीं होती ना, तो वहाँ पे जब हम इसे यूज़ कर देते हैं तो फिर हमें पता चलता है जब हमें वो ओवरफ्लो देता है बॉटम या राइट या एनी साइड ओवरफ्लो, जिस को रिमूव करने के लिए हम यहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस हमें यूज़ करना पड़ता है। और रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस आता कहाँ से, कुछ विजेट्स जो होते हैं वो ऑलरेडी रिस्पॉन्सिव होते, मतलब जैसा कि एक्सपेंडेड, फ्लेक्सिबल, रेस्ट व्यू, ग्रिड व्यू। लेकिन कंटेनर में जो हाइट और विड्थ हमने देना है वो हम मीडिया क्यूरी यूज़ करके हमें देना पड़ेगा उसको रिस्पॉन्सिव बनाने के लिए। सो यहाँ पे मैंने एक नया न्यू बार में एक कैटेगरी न्यू बार में अपनी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कर रहा हूँ। Now I'm using here the size bugs widget for creating a category list of the recipe. Another dot file inside the constant or categories list list of string for using the title, I mean text of recipe. So this is just the beauty of the code for using different dot files or classes or list, and we can access them from another dot file. So this is a name list, and here I am using images list. You can see that I am using the images path easily now instead of writing the every image path here inside the list. So I created another Dart file for recipe category widget this is simple UI. You can see simple UI and simple. I created, I get the response and use the API very easily. जब आपको एक API का भी सही से पता चल जाएगा ना, तो मेरे भाइयों आप कोई भी API पर इजीली गेट कर सकते हो, उसकी रिस्पांस उसे बहुत इजीली यूज़ कर सकते हो। लेकिन अगर आपको सिर्फ एक की भी सही से समझ आ गई, अभी मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि आप लर्न करें, अब मैं आपको सिखाऊं, लेकिन क्या करें यार। मैं column inside column I am sorry okay container inside container. So here I am using a recipe category item. So I am giving the box decoration to the container. Border radius will be circular and image will be assets image, which I required here. So after the container I am using a center widget for text. So I will use here the list of item. Sorry. अच्छा, जो एक और चीज़ मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ ये कि जब भी आप ये क्या हो रहा है यार, सेट इमेज। अच्छा, हर चीज़ के लिए आपने अलग से एक फाइल बनाना है, एक डायरेक्टरी बनानी है जो कोड को भी रीयूजेबल बना देता है एंड कोड की व्यू को भी आसानी से समझ आने वाले बना देता है। So you can see that I use here this. अच्छा, यहाँ पे पता नहीं क्यों नहीं हो रहा, शायद आपके पास भी नहीं हो रहा, लेकिन मैंने जैसे आपको पहले बताया ना that sometime the assets image are not working and some properties and some changes are not displaying in our UI, so we just need to terminate our app and then rerun it. Remember this, that sometime if you are getting any error, so you just need to terminate your app and then rerun your app, so you will see then that your error is gone. So now you can see that it is displaying some images, but the one image I think its path is incorrect. Yes, you can see that the image path was incorrect, so it was not working. So it is now correct, I think. Anyway, we will just terminate after a time, and it will work then. Okay, amazing. Now it's working fine. So after the text for you, I am creating another list of categories item. I mean categories, recipe categories. यहाँ पे हमने फिर item builder, we will create item builder method and just cut it and return inside the builder. Grid view builder and yes, grid delegate sliver grid delegate with class count and class axis count will be 4. It will display 4 items in the class list. Cross axis it will 4 item use. I am giving the horizontal and vertical space between the items, and item count will be the. I'm creating another list for these file for these categories. List of categories. So chocolate item. You can also give and use any random recipes here and name here. I'm just my creating a list of categories item randomly as I use the images inside the assets folder. Another list of images. So I am creating a list of images to display the images of categories images. So I can access the images path is easily from anywhere. From multiple times I can access the images path. और एक और बात, एक दफ़ा आपने जब ये कांस्टेंट में इमेजेस पाथ डाल दी तो फिर आपको बार बार उस इमेजेस पाथ को यूज़ करना नहीं पड़ेगा। इस एक तो इसमें ये है कि इमेजेस पाथ में बहुत ज़्यादा गलती आ जाती है, तो वो आपको वो गलती करना नहीं पड़ेगा and you can access them easily. So now I will use the list here of images and string is title of the category here. So I will pass here the images list. Okay, it's working fine, but the images are not displaying. Why, I don't know. Just give them size box and use okay using here the images assets images dot what as index. Just how to load your app. Okay, now it's working fine, but the one image is not working. Why, I don't know. I think its path is incorrect. Okay, .png. Okay, now it's fine. After these categories, I will create the size box to give the vertical space and another text your your preference. Your text style will be bold, font width, and font size will be 0.05. After this text, I will create another categories of item. So inside row, I will use the categories item recipe category view. I will just give them the images path and name of the recipe. Name will be quick and images will be one. I'm just giving them a random images path and name. You just need to learn from it. Okay, it's working fine in the recipe category view file. Now, now it's working a bit much beautiful. Okay, it's working now fine. Now, while tapping on the any category item, it will navigate to the all recipe of that item. So using here scaffold widget in I will use the bar body will be. So here I will use the future builder for fetching for getting the result of the API. So future will be constant function dot get recipe. So it is I required the recipe string, so I will pass here this recipe. So inside the builder property method if snapshot dot is data, so I'll return a text with no data. Else if snapshot dot connection state is waiting, so just return a circle progress indicator. So I am returning here a padding widget. I gave the padding dot only from right. So I will use the media query to give the padding dot of context dot size dot height. Right, it will be 0.034 and from left it will be 0.034 prompt height. From top it will be 0.03. When I will give a grid view dot builder to the child of the padding, here I will use the builder method and it will sliver grid delegate with cross axis count. Cross axis count will be 2 and main axis spacing will be 1 and here 10 and shell spacing ratio will be 0.6 over 10. Snapshot.data.document index. So I am returning here a container colors dot white and column inside column I'll use the text inside the expanded. Okay, flex will be 3 I already tell that expanded widget is used for reserving the available space. It takes all the available space, the expanded widget. So when we use a flex, so it takes the three parts of the available space. So inside the stack, I am uh, giving the children property and using a container, and here I gave the border radius, and image will be the network image decoration inside the decoration snapshot and image. Okay, fit box fit dot cover. So I will wrap them in gesture detector and give the untap property. So while untapping them, it will navigate to the all recipe screen. All recipe. Here I will pass the recipe string which I will give from the categories index which I already declare. So I will use here also gesture detector and untap property, untap navigator dot push material page route, and I will pass here the recipe from here is named which I required here. So just try yes it navigate, but here it is showing us no data. Why? What did I do? Why it is not giving us the response? Where is the error? So just I am giving here the position. Inside position I am creating a container widget. I'm giving here the height and width. Color will be red accent. So red. Border radius will be circular. Border radius circular 10. And inside the container I will write the text in the center. So the text will be minutes and I minute which I declare here not to string, and time is equal to snap total time dot to end. I am converting it a double to end, I mean to integer, and here I will give text style to the minutes. From top it will be 8 and from left it will be 6, and the child will be a text. I'm using here the name of the as label of the recipe, and I am giving here a font size, font width. There is the style of the text. Use here const keyword and so. Okay, sorry, shit. Now it will work fine because I put the null safety in the wrong place. So just give the chill aspect ratio. Amazing. Now it's working fine. Okay, what? Amazing. So now I'll use the top and left padding to the position widget. Okay, fine. Now it's looking amazing. So here I'm custom a bar. So now inside the component I am creating a bar widget for creating the same app bar for multiple times. So we don't need to create a bar for each scaffold, each screen. So I'm requiring here the title and the back button. So size box. So just focus on them and remember to use the same as I write it here. Otherwise, you will not get the exact response and the exact bar. Oh, now it's working fine. And return here size dot from height. What is k toolbar height? Okay, now it's working fine. Use the const keyword to remove the warning, and I will use here a bar title. So I will just pass the title and the back is bool, and I will use the bar easily. I don't need to create the properties of text, title and back color, center title, blah blah blah. I just need to pass the title and the back is bool. If bool is at if back is true, so it will show us a big button. Otherwise, we will not see the big button. So here I am using the recipe which I get from required. Wow, amazing! Now it's working fine. It looking much beautiful. So I okay, just got the dot waiting snapshot waiting property. Waiting response and put it here. So it will now working fine. You can tap on any category and it will navigate to the exact recipes list. You can see beef will be here, and you can use any categories here. So now I am creating a gesture detector. While tapping on each recipe, it will navigate to the detail screen. Navigate to the detail screen of recipe detail screen. Sorry, detail recipe detail screen. Okay, item will be recipe. But, okay, snap item will be snap. I am passing the map data to the next to the detail screen while I'm typing. Okay, now it's working fine. Amazing. You can type on any recipe, and it will take you to the recipe detail. Now inside screen we will create another Dart file for search screen, and I am importing here the Dart library and creating a stateless widget with name search screen, and removing this and writing the search screen here scaffold and a bar. So you can see now that I am using the same app bar for multiple times, just passing the title and the bag is bool. So here, it will not navigate from, it will not pop. So I am just passing here the false keyword. Inside body, I am creating a padding widget. In padding, I will give the media query height and media query width. Okay, you can see again that I am. Why it's not saving? That I am using the same text field widget here again. As I tell you before that you can use the same widget for multiple times. You just need to create a component and use it for multiple times. So यार मैं पॉइंट पे आ जाता हूँ कि यहाँ पे जो हमने टेक्स्ट फील्ड विजिट एज इट इज यूज की है, तो ये हमने किस लिए, जो हम टेक्स्ट फील्ड विजिट को जो प्रॉपर्टीज देने होंगे, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा कोड हो जाएगा, तो उसको रिमूव करने के लिए, उसको रीयूजेबल बनाने के लिए हमने जस्ट कंपोनेंट में एक टेक्स्ट फील्ड विजिट बनाया और वहाँ उसको हमने मल्टीपल टाइम्स यूज़ किया। तो यहाँ पे मैं एक टैग्स का लिस्ट बना रहा हूँ, ए स्ट्रिंग लिस्ट। सो आप कुछ भी, मतलब यहाँ पे कुछ रैंडम कीवर्ड्स या कुछ वर्ड्स यूज़ कर सकते हो, कुछ भी। Just to create it amazing, I am just declaring here a tag as list and use it here inside wrap. So returning here elevated button, and child will be text. Inside text I will use the label dart to list. I will use here dart to list. Okay, the error is gone. Okay, amazing. Now you can see. Okay, navigate dart. Navigator dart push. I will navigate it to the all recipe screen, and I will pass the label as string as recipe. So while I'm typing it, it's navigating me to the recipe all recipe screen. Wow, delicious food. So you just need to start the recipe and cook it. Okay, it's not working. Why? I think I just need to wrap the icon with untap property. text field controller here. Controller dot search. Okay, now I'm wrapping it with gesture detector in on tape property. I will navigate it to the file recipe screen. So what I write inside the text field, I will pass it to the all recipe screen. In recipe, I will pass the search dot text as string. So just look at this and just write something and type on the. Okay, now it's working fine too. Now just use the URL launcher. Just copy and paste it inside the as I propagate it already and use the share plus package. Copy it from here, paste it here and tap on the propagate. So I get it. Inside here I'll create another dot file for sharing class share recipe. Use the static keyword to access it from any dot file. Share as I am creating a method here, async method share. Use here it share dot share and use any. So you just need to paste the link here to which URL you are navigating to. Okay, wrap it with gesture detector while I'm typing it on tape. While I'm typing it, call this function which I created recently. Yes, this one, and here I will pass the URL to which we are launching. We are navigating to this. You can see here the response is giving us URL, and this URL we will launch to. आपने सिर्फ यहाँ पे हार्ट रिलोड कर देना है। यार ये बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम ले रहा है। स्टार्ट कुकिंग क्लास स्टार्ट कुकिंग future. Okay, now it's run successfully, and you will see here that there is
यहाँ पे हमें वो
and your method will work fine.
URL.
So tap on any recipe to
URI
go to
dot
the
pass
details and tap on the
URL.
share functionality. Wow, amazing!
You are aware.
Now it is working fine. And while tapping on the start button,
Here
you
you
will
will use
navigate
this
to the
recipe
URL
as URL to navigate to this
the mentioned URL of the
exception could not launch.
अच्छा, आपने अगर अपनी ऐप से किसी भी वेबसाइट पर जाना है, मतलब जब यहाँ पे हम टैप करेंगे इस शेयर पे, सॉरी इस स्टार्ट कुकिंग बटन पे, तो ये हमें नेविगेट करेगा एक वेबसाइट पर। तो जब भी आपने अपनी ऐप से कहीं वेबसाइट पर जाना हो ऑन टैपिंग, तो ये क्या है, तो आपने यूआरएल लॉन्चर यूज़ करना। तो you can see here that we are getting this error. So if you are getting this error ever, you just need to terminate your app and then rerun it. You can get it anywhere, so you just need to terminate your app. Remember my words. When you get this same error anywhere in your project, so you just need to terminate your app and then rerun your app. So then you will see that there is gone. Now go to the browser and search for Hive Flutter. Hive Flutter is a used for storing local data storing locally. So just copy it here and pubget. Install this package in your in your project. And now we will initialize it. I mean the sorry what मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ यार। अच्छा, हमने हाइव फ्लटर को यहाँ पे इनिशियलाइज करना है अपनी रन ऐप से पहले। यू शुड नीड टू इनिशियलाइज हाइव डार्ट init flutter before the run app. Now hive dart open box, just any name you can specify any name to the, I just name and shopping. अच्छा यार अभी, अच्छा यहाँ पे आ जाने के बाद हम इसको वैल्यू लिस्टेबल बिल्डर के साथ रैप करेंगे। वैल्यू लिस्टेबल बिल्डर को चाहिए एक लिस्टनर। यहाँ पर हम एक वेरिएबल क्रिएट करेंगे hive.bugs शॉपिंग। अच्छा, वो नेम जो हमने वहाँ पे रख दिया था, जो हमने ओपन बक्स पे रख दिया था, सेम हमने यहाँ पे यूज़ करना है। So my box.listener for listening the to change, and here we will use the builder methods context box and a hyphen, and we will return this text and remove this. Okay, bool exist is equal to box.contains key. But if exists, अच्छा फूड के साथ हम एक की बनाएंगे। अगर ये की एग्जिस्ट करती हैं हमारे लोकल डेटाबेस में, तो हम यहाँ पे आइकन क्या शो करेंगे, आइकन्स डॉट डन। इफ एग्जिस्ट इज इक्वल टू ट्रू, देन शो द आइकन्स डॉट डन। इफ एग्जिस्ट डॉट इज इक्वल टू फॉल्स, आप यह इस तरह भी कर सकते हैं। इफ एग्जिस्ट then return icons dot add, icons dot done. Okay, and color it to colors dot green, and size will be 0.07। अच्छा, अगर ये डेटा, ये रेसिपी जो हम यहाँ पे फिर टाइप करेंगे, ये जो आपको नज़र आ रहा है साइड पे, ये जो यार, अच्छा ये अगर एग्जिस्ट करती है ये रेसिपी, तो हम इसको इस आइकन को फिर डन करेंगे। और अगर एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो फिर हम यहाँ पे हमने एड बनाया सर्कल आउटलाइन, ये आइकन शो होनी चाहिए। अच्छा, ऑन टेप पे हम यहाँ पे रखेंगे, अगर एग्जिस्ट करती है तो हमने डिलीट कर देना है ये फूड वाला की अपने हाइव डेटाबेस से, और अगर एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तो हमने फिर ऐड करना है। अच्छा, यहाँ पे हम जस्ट डिटेक्टर ऑन टेप प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करेंगे। अच्छा, एग्जिस्ट नहीं है तो फिर हमने माई बक्स में क्या ऐड करना है, पुट एट फूड, फूड एज की, सॉरी पुट की जगह हमने फूड रख देना है और वैल्यू की जगह भी हमने फूड रख देना है। और यहाँ पे स्ट्रिंग में वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू फूड, फूड एंड मेजर एंड हमने क्या यूज़ किया था, अच्छा क्वांटिटी, so as value use it here. So is it working fine or not? We are just okay, amazing. Now you can see it is working fine. Skip form is dot context dot size dot, so we have context dot show snake bar. हमने फिर एक स्नैक बार शो कर देना है जब हम टैप करेंगे, उस वो रिटर्न करेगा एक स्नैक बार, उसमें टेक्स्ट होगा आइटम एडेड सक्सेसफुली। You can see that it is adding to our Hive database successfully. Now in screen we will create another dot file of shopping screen, import the dot library and create a stateless widget of shopping property. So here we will use this. Okay, use the scaffold widget, inside scaffold use the app bar, and as we created a custom app bar, so just use this app bar component and pass the title and bake is false, so we don't need to navigate it from here. Is bake, so just false it. In value listenable my box I created a local, sorry, I created a variable with hive.bugs shopping. Yes, I opened it in my main.dart. So it will listen to the my bugs. So variable will be data is equal to bugs.values.toList and return list view.builder, item builder will be context index, and we will return here the values. So item count bugs.length, return a list style, inside list style the title will be container, right, sorry, टाइटल में हमने एक कंटेनर विजेट बनाया है। यार ये तो सिंपल है, इट इज़ वेरी सिंपल, सो आई डोंट नीड टू एक्सप्लेन इट। एंड वेयर इट इज़, okay, data dot index flex will be 3, and just reload your app, pop-up menu button index, item will be return list of item, pop-up menu item
share, and the second will be for delete. Okay, copy and paste it here, and just change the text and value as to delete. Const keyword, use const keyword, and remove. Okay, unselected. If value is equal to deleted, here I am checking the condition. If the selected item is deleted, then delete item, else if it is sharing, then share dot. As I created the share method before, so I am calling here the share, and I will share this recipe item. I am creating a method for deleting the item from my Hive local database. So I will require as async, it will be future function, so I should need to write async, and I will use my bugs dot delete index. You inside the delete method delete it, so I will uh, use the index. Okay, it's working fine. Now you can see why it is not deleting. It is sharing. Yes, it is sharing. Good. Wow, it is amazing. It is working fine. So you will see here that multiple items are added successfully. So I can share or delete it from here. So you get chocolate recipe. Now I will create a table for calories and show detail dialog. I am creating a dialog widget here, class show dialog. So I think the API work are done. So you just need to look at this logic if you want to learn. So just watch the video till end. यार मैं सिखाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन पता नहीं मुझसे नहीं हो पा रहा, लेकिन फिर भी इतनी लंबी वीडियो मैंने बनाई, लाइक तो बनता है। सो यार आई थिंक यहाँ तक जो काम था वो सारा एपीआई का था, आगे भी एपीआई का थोड़ा बचा है, लेकिन हमने ज़्यादातर टाइम जो है वो यूआई पे लगा दिया एंड हाइव लिव। अच्छा, एक और बात मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, हमने यहाँ पे जो सीखा वो क्या क्या सीखा। अच्छा, शायद आप पहले ही जानते हो, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से वो बहुत सारे जो व्यूवर्स होंगे वो उसने तो कुछ ना कुछ यहाँ से सीखा होगा ना। जैसा कि क्लेपर जो है वो हम यूज़ करते हैं एनी शेप क्रिएटिंग, एनी टाइप ऑफ शेप creating, we use the clipper widget, clip path. And another thing, we use the value listenable builder widget for listening to changes in our Hive database. And Hive is a local database we use to store the data locally in our app storage, sorry, in our phone storage, and we use the launcher URL launcher and shared okay, why it is not working? So you just need to watch the video till end and you will learn a lot of things. And यार एक बात मैंने जो बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे परेशान कर रही है, I'm worried about it, that my communication skills are very weak and I am trying to teach you a lot of things but I cannot do it. So I really sorry for that. Yeah, and I'm trying to teach you but I am unable. यहाँ पे हमने शो डायलॉग को कॉल करना है ऑन टेप पे और हमने पास कर देना है context build context and the map. Okay, amazing, it is working fine. So guys, we will inshallah meet in another amazing video. You just need to watch till end this video to learn a lot of things and amazing things as I mentioned in the start of this video. So goodbye for now and watch the video till end to learn a lot of things as I am unable to explain all the things. You just need to learn from it yourself. I really sorry for that. So goodbye guys. We will meet in another exciting video and I will make it very easier the next video inshallah. So goodbye for now. Allah Hafiz.